Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 234. The first set of the day was submitted by Abdel Quadar for a room where in the second photo you see quite a bit happening, especially on the opposite wall. I feel like that's really underwhelming and kind of odd to have those shelves, and I'm not really a fan. I don't really think the blue is too strong throughout your setup. A little bit in the peripherals, but for the most part, not seeing it. You have a lot of stuff on that little nightstand dresser thing. I'd kind of clean that up and kind of clean up the right side of the desk and maybe move the laptop over there and see how there's the right side kind of bends, that circular part folds up. You should center yourself to the actual desk itself. Don't push yourself so far to the left. You know, primary, secondary. Maybe you don't even need the 4x3 monitor. I mean, the colors are just very different. Abdel Quadar scored an 80. The next set of the day was submitted by Jason. And I think the desk, although it's maybe not everyone's favorite choice of how it looks, I think it works perfectly for your setup. I'm a little underwhelmed at the PC considering the outside is really cool and unique looking, and then you look inside and it's like, hello? The console setup, very cool. He did say his console's actually in one of the drawers. Hopefully the ventilation is okay. He did say it's not an issue. The shelf is cool. You know, he's got really cool possibilities with an orange theme that he'd go for. For someone that has so many coool things like the Lego R2-D2, and really it seems like a pretty blatant Star Wars theme. Missed opportunity there above the TV as well. Jason scored an 84. The next setup was submitted by Jake. If there's no bed behind him, he actually tries to use it while at his setup, and I've only seen a few setups where it's like, that's probably comfortable, but for the most part, if that's just, you know, he's playing a fireplace more often than
that's his fireplace
else,
TV.
Yeah, then go for it. You know, as much as I love all the stuff on the desk, I think like, oh, that's so cool, fuck yeah. But the one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the shelf above the TV, because first off, it really closes things in. It makes it feel a little bit more claustrophobic. And although I do like all the Pokemon stuff, like seriously, that is super cool throwback. Taking them out of their frames came up with a cool way to like put them across the top without too much bulk, sort of just like, you know, not just tape them up there, but something nice and a little more uniform that would have looked better. But I think, you know, why even bother? I think it would have just looked better if you utilized the top of your dresser with some Pokemon plushes or something. Jake scored a 92. The next setup was submitted by Nathan. Cable management on a desk like this is almost impossible, but then somebody like Nathan comes around and says, nah. It's good, it's cool, it's nice, you made it work. So I think in a situation like this, it's a great example of how someone with this desk can make it work for their needs. Definitely do something cool with LEDs inside there, really sell that green. I mean, you have the little light thing underneath. Nathan scored an 82. The next setup was submitted by Benji. You look at the second photo and you want to say, Benji. What a good guy. He's got wire mold. And you go to the previous photo and you're like, Benji, what are you doing, Benji?
Benji got a lot.
Like, what's the wire mold even for, buddy? For the subwoofer and that's it? The trash can maybe? No mouse pad.
I was saying something about the monitors being flat. Like they look really
angle
flat.
it in a little bit more and get that full usability. Benji scored a 72. The next set of the day was submitted by Jaden. He can't get rid of the boxes because of warranty and he doesn't have anywhere else to put them. Bullshit. Trying to hide cables with an Apple MacBook box. The PC there trying to fit the speakers and stuff, but maybe if you were to put the PC on the dresser or something like that, it would be better overall, and you could put the laptop on like a nice standing dock off to the right side, something like that. Jaden scored a 70. The next setup of the day was submitted by Harrison. You know, a little tight on the bottom one, but you did it. You worked it out. Nice job. Hey, the actual desktop though? No, señorita, por favor, mis amigos, ay caramba. Honestly, I don't know why you would have your keyboard and monitor tilted that way, have your speakers tilted outwards, and then have a TV, which just seems to be awkwardly placed in the position that it's at. So the simple solution is to keep your one Dell display, which is actually pretty nice. Keep that dead center to that opening of the leg, center it out, bada bing, bada boom. Get yourself a mouse pad, put everything on there. That's going to work great. That TV you see, oh, I love it there, Matt. No, you don't. Take a hammer, smash it.
What about those games? Did you talk about them?
I didn't, because, you know, I didn't even see those. Burn those too. Find another spot for it.
Just throw them in.
Yeah, you also have a lot of room to the left. You get an Alex drawer. Bada bing, bada boom. Harrison scored a 54. The final setup of the day was submitted by Jack. With those cables, a little strand of wire mold would have been great. And then you could have instead of taking the cable from the TV into the PC, you could have taken it down where the main cable is. What do? Do I get rid of the TV? Most likely. Is there a bed behind you? If so, then okay, maybe a TV is a good idea. Also, I don't know, at first glance, I didn't even realize there was a secondary display.
I know, I did. I just realized that while you were talking. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, yeah, that's weird.
You have such a nice monitor that's like straight on. It's like, well, do you need that? Is that necessary?
I doubt it. Jack scored an 80. Jake walked away with first place with a 92. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 234.